What is a flexible degree? A flexible degree is a degree that can lead to a wide range of jobs that can sometimes be unrelated to what's taught in that degree. Most degrees in the UK are flexible degrees. To help us understand what this means, let's see some examples of people who really did well with these types of degrees.
Hi, I'm Frank. I studied physics at Imperial College London and I've been working in fintech, the tech side of finance in other words, and my salary is £90,000 a year working roughly 40 hours a week.
Hi, I'm Steve. I studied chemistry at Cambridge. I've worked 5 years in AI tech now and I earn £250,000 a year working roughly 40 hours a week.
Hi, I'm Laura. I studied French at Oxford. I've been working 3 years now in a consulting firm and I earn £80,000, but I only work 4 days a week, roughly 32 hours per week.
Hi, I'm Dave. I studied maths at UCL. I'm in the second year of work in investment banking. I earn £120,000, but I work roughly 80 hours a week.
How related is the subject of your degree to your work currently?
Formally, if this is a job interview, I can convince you how it's related talking about transferable skills and such, but honestly, no. Theoretical physics is not related to fintech.
Same, my job is half salesperson, so I can sell you any idea, but honestly no, chemistry is not related to tech AI.
For me, no, I don't have any French clients, so it's not related.
For me, it actually is related. Honestly, I use a lot of maths in investment banking.
Okay, that's interesting. If so, then why go to uni at all? Would you guys have gone at it any other way if you could go back and choose again?
No.
Okay, why is that?
I enjoyed physics at uni. Uni is not just about getting a job for me. It was all about the people I met, the fun I had and the life experiences it gave me. I just wasn't thinking about jobs that much when I chose to study physics, to be fair, and in a way, that's fine. At least it worked out for me in the end.
Same. I enjoyed chemistry since high school and didn't really know what I wanted to do for a job then, so I just picked to study something I liked at uni and hope it works out fine in the end, and it worked out quite well. So I'm happy. I wouldn't change a thing.
It's not just about the subject that gets your foot in the door for a good job. Speaking to the recruitment team at my firm, I found out graduating from UCL, regardless of what degree I did, helped me get an interview with them when it wouldn't have done if I graduated with the same degree from a less prestigious uni.
That's so true. They won't admit it publicly, but where you graduate can really have an effect on your chances with these companies. It's the same for consulting firms. People up top have this prestige tier in their heads. It might be changing constantly, but it's definitely there.
Another thing is your grade. If you study something you have a passion for, you are likely going to do better with your grades. Graduating with first-class honors definitely improved my chances of getting an interview with my fintech firm, aside from graduating from Imperial, of course.
That's true. The prestige status of the uni and your grades is pretty much what I think most finance, tech, consulting, banking and accounting firms use to filter applicants in the first stages before the interview.
Yeah, I think most companies just want to see that you can work hard and can put in the effort to learn in your degree. That tends to resonate well with the type of person they are looking for, regardless of what they are recruiting you to actually do.
So going to a prestigious uni and graduating with a good grade is the first step to land a good job at one of these companies. But I want to ask, why did you guys only mention finance, tech, consulting, banking and accounting? Frank, if you love physics, why are you not a physicist? Steve, why not work with a pharmaceutical company? I heard they can pay quite well. Laura, why not become an interpreter or go into teaching? Why are you a consultant? And what even does a consultant do? Dave, why not go into research, teaching or stats?
Honestly, it's the pay. If you look up the average pay out of uni and the pay rise potential, the other options just can't compare. Of course there are exceptions. Nowadays there are too many people thinking the same thing, so the job market is saturated with fintech applicants. This makes high starting salaries hard to come by, but even so, it still pays better than things like teaching and research. And we are only talking about starting salaries here. The experienced fintech professionals aren't really affected by this.
That's true. The graduate scheme I entered only paid £20,000 per year, which is close to minimum pay. Working at McDonald's probably paid better, but I knew I wasn't there for the pay. The experience and insights I gained within my graduate scheme is the reason I can be where I am now. It's also interesting you asked, because I did actually have a job offer to go work in a lab when I graduated. The pay there was much higher at £32,000 per year. But I didn't take it because my internships at the labs put me off. Having a passion for chemistry doesn't necessarily mean you like working in a lab. I think a lot of people have the wrong idea of what uni means nowadays. Unless you study law or medicine or something, a lot of people actually don't end up working in the same field they studied in at uni. I mean, all four of us here ended up doing something different, and I think we are the norm and not the exception. Most graduate schemes don't really care what you studied at uni.
I'm so grateful that's the case, because I really sucked at French and I struggled with that degree. There was no way I would do well as an interpreter or teacher. I barely managed to graduate. My grade was only a 2.2. But I am quite a strong communicator and I was networking quite well at uni despite my low grade. So my interviews with the consulting firms went really well and I ended up getting offers for quite high-paying graduate schemes coming out of uni. I agree with Steve. I think compared with high school, uni is an entirely different ballgame and most people don't really realize it until later in life in hindsight. But to answer your question, a consultant helps businesses solve problems. The businesses come to us with a problem and we use our data to make some suggestions. And that's why in our line of work, you kind of have to be a brilliant people's person. The best paid consultants are the ones that can make their clients the happiest. We have teams on the data side of things that are more office-type roles, but my role is more client-facing and I tend to travel a lot speaking to clients in different parts of the world and I love it, because I can often spend the other 3 days in the week touring another country outside of work.
Yeah, my story is somewhat similar. I was good at maths, but not good enough to stand out among the best at uni. I went into investment banking for the money because the other choices just don't pay anything close to what I earn now and what I could earn in the future. I might be working 80 hours a week at the moment, but everyone in my line of work has to start off doing the heavy lifting as an analyst before they can become supervisors and directors. The hours get better the higher you climb, and the pay growth is insane in my line of work. Our managing director makes something like £500,000 a year. And I can't agree more with Laura. Making the clients happy is the key to making the big bucks in my line of work too. Our managing director travels around the world as well, and his job is basically persuading rich clients to invest their money with us. The people in the offices working the maths are all analysts and associates like myself, and we are all competing to get promoted to the client-facing side of the business. After learning the ropes, you can even break away from the firm to start your own investment firm if you are feeling confident about being able to attract clients and funds.
In part 1, we've built a basic understanding of what a flexible degree is and where it tends to lead to in reality. In part 2, we will talk more about the realities of what you may have to go through and likely have no option but have to deal with if you are looking to progress onto a job similar to the people interviewed here before even graduating.